Good morning, boys and girls. It's the 26th day of May 2020, and this is our last lesson for Science and Technology this month. I want us to look at our booklets on page 11 because I want us to go hand in hand together. I want to explain some concepts here that I want you to get and understand so that whenever we come back in our next lesson, be it here at school or in this particular platform that we're using, we can still be able to do what we are going to be taught today. So today I want us to look at the Sudoku puzzle, and I once said a Sudoku is just a number placement puzzle. And in the previous lesson we looked at a word puzzle. I gave you some ways of tackling a word puzzle. We looked at how we are going to code using letters, and today we want to code using numerals or numbers. So we are going to code and decode information, and I'm hoping that we are all going to understand this today. If not, we shall just review the lesson once again in the coming lesson should I get the feedback from your parent. So today I want us to look at this. Now you can see I've written the alphabets A to Z, and with their codes 101 to 26. So each alphabet is represented by a particular number, and this particular number is the one that we're going to use to code various names or things that we shall be able to write here on the board. So whenever you look at your booklet on page 11, we have given you an example. I've drawn the alphabets there with the numerals and the value code. We can call them the value codes for the alphabets. And I want to look at the first example, and the first example that is given is dad. Now, look at that example, dad. Dad, we're going to call this dad using these codes. Now, we're going to use these codes because we are trying to formulate a language in which only you can be able to understand, or you can be able to form this language to the computer to interpret it, so that whenever a person writes the codes, only codes, the computer can be able to read as that. For example, I gave you examples of various codes that a computer can be able to read on various items in the supermarket. Whenever you go to the supermarket, you get some stuff, and then you queue. Once you're the cashier, you give out the object that you selected, and then the cashier scans a particular code on that particular item that you've taken, and then the computer records the price. Now this is the same way that you're going to do, that is coding. So what we're going to do, we're going to code some words and understand how to interpret or how to decode them. So we're going to code. I said coding is giving instruction, and to decode is how to interpret that instruction that you've given. For example, we're going to look at that. Look at D. Now, if you want to code we want to code this word dad into a coding language. So we want to code D. So we look at the value of D. The value of D has 4. So we look at the bottom value that has been added there. So we have 4. So we write here our 4. You can see D is 4. Then we look at A. A, it's 1. So we write 1 here. And then D is still 4. So you find that if you are coding the word dad, you code it as 414. 414. 4 for D, 1 for A, and 4 for D. You can be able to interpret this information, but someone else cannot be able to interpret, because for you've been given instruction on how to understand this particular coding. So your mind is just like a computer. I've taught you how to code this word, so you can be able to understand 414 what it means. But for someone else, maybe a child in grade 2, cannot be able to understand. He just understands this particular number as just a number. But for you, you'll be able to understand it has a very hidden meaning behind it. So your brain is just like a computer. You've coded your brain this. So you can even code your names in your books. And so that whoever gets your book cannot be able to understand what does this number mean. You are the only person who will be able to decode that particular information, that number. The other example that I gave you, we have word computer. We have the word computer. Now, I've written some examples here. That's why I want to give you more examples. Now, you can see the word computer. Computer. Let's write it down here. Now, we are going to look at this word. Now, to code this word, we look at the letter C. The first letter is C. So look at the value of C. The value of C is 3. So we write 3. We go to O. We look at O here. It's 15. So we write 15. You can underline it because it's one letter with 2 values. And then M is here, 13. So you can also write 13. You can underline it or can color it using a coloring pencil. And then we go to P. We have P, which is our P. P is here, the value is 16. So you can see it has 2 values. So the one that has 2 values, I underline so that I can differentiate between the single value and the double value. And then we have U. So look at the value of U. U is here, is 21. So we have 21. You can color it or underline it. Then we have, I'm doing this to differentiate because this one is 3, this one is 15, 13, 16, 21. We cannot say 3, 1, 5, no. We say 3, 15, that's why I say I'm underlining them. Then we have T, 20. So T is represented by 20, so I write here 20. I underline it, I color it for me to make the difference. And then we have E. You can see E has the value 5, so I just write 5, I not underline because it's a single digit. And then lastly we have R, and R has a value of 18. So for me, what I'm going to do, I can call this name computer as 3, 15, 13, 16, 21, 25, 18. And that's my code for the name computer. Now, I want us now to decode. Here we are coding. And I said coding is to give instruction to the computer. Remember, your brain just acts like a computer. Now we are going to decode. To decode is to interpret. Interpret instruction. A way of understanding the instruction or interpreting the instruction. Now we are going to interpret. We have an example that I gave you, a number 3, 1, 5, 4, 5. Now I want us to interpret this coding. This is a code. We need to interpret it and get the meaning of this particular word. So we have so this one is 3, 15. So look at 3. Look at 3. 3 is built by the word, by the letter C. So we have C here. Okay. Then we have O. O is here. 15 is because this is 15. This is 15. So 15 is built by the letter O. So we write O here. Then we have 4, then 5. It's not 45. It's 3, 15, 4, 5. So we look at 4. Where's our 4? 4 is here, represented by letter D. So we write D, and then 5 is here, represented by letter E. So we get the word code. Now, whenever we're decoding, we are using the values to get the letters. Whenever we are coding, we're using the letters to get the values. The values are represented in number forms. That's why you can see whenever we are decoding, we look at the value of that particular number. We take the letter. That's decoding. When coding, we look at the letter we take the value under it. So that's what you call to decode, to read information. So for instance, if you decode such information to the computer can be able to decode that information as code. So that's what I want us to look at. Now, in our next lesson, we are going to look at a puzzle. We're going to draw a table and a number with numbers in it, and we want to fill it. So I also want you to get some magazines in preparation to that particular lesson. You cut them out, be ready with them, the one that are having a Sudoku puzzle, so that we shall be able to answer. Now, in your books, I've given you some few exercises. We have exercise A, the one that is supposed to code, just CPU, mother, puzzle, digital, Kenya, A to E, and then we have B, the ones that we are going to decode. Now, I want to read out B, so I want you to look at your booklets on page 11 and go with me. I want you to color the following numbers that I'm going to mention. Now, A, we have 6, 1, 14, 1, 11, 1. Now, where I've said 14, 11, kindly underline or you can draw a circle on it so that you can be able to read it as the way I've read it. So it's 6, 1, 14, 1, 11, 1. And B, we have 10, 21, 14, 9, 15, 18. So underline the ones that have two values or two digits. Then C, we have 19, 3, 8, 15, 15, 12. Then D, we have 7, 18, 1, 4, 5. Then we also have 6, that is E, 6, 15, 21, 18. And then lastly, we have 20, 5, 1, 3, 8, 5, 18. So underline the words that have two digits, the way I've done here. Or you can color them or circle them for you to be able to decode that information in the proper way. They are names of places or things. So if you decode them properly, you find that they are names of particular things that we usually have here at school. So thank you so much. We'll meet in our next lesson in the month of June, either in this particular platform or in our school. We pray really hard for the schools to open so that I can see. We really miss you guys, and we are hoping that you're taking care of yourself. We are also taking good care of ourselves. We really are praying for you so that you can stay safe and God can protect you as well as your parents. So stay safe and take care. Bye.